Blog Talk Radio.
You're quite hostile.
I got a right to be hostile, man. My people been persecuted.
Revolution is not revenge, it's progress.
I want the truth.
We have to dare to be different and dare to tell the truth.
We don't see the fire, but the house is burning.
Look up a book and feed your mind.
How
the people say, you are a deceived people. Nobody else can do this for us.
Take that white Jesus down.
Something is wrong.
Do the research like we do research. You'll be convinced also.
Turn off Fake Housewives of Atlanta.
Continue to raise the intellect and the consciousness of the human family.
Professor Griff knows.
So I ain't no toast.
This is NMEMINDZ radio. Coming in real clear. Somebody hit me up at 678-557-2919 and let me know if I'm coming through. Alright. This is NMEMINDZ radio, the Mind Matter Blog Talk Radio Network, where matters of the mind matter. Greetings, family, peace, hotep, shalom, assalamu alaikum, habibi, afodi, alafia, and on the move. What's good? Good evening, and welcome to another edition of NMEMINDZ Radio with your host, Professor Griff and Miss ZaZa. Unfortunately, Miss ZaZa Ali will not be joining us tonight. Has some business to take care, as we often do, as we say about this time. So she had to take, matter of fact, I'm counting these 6 days. I'm about to take these 6 days. ZaZa, if you listen, I'm counting these 6 days. I don't know. I'm at time and a half, something. Anyway, peace to the guys and goddesses of RBG. Peace to the African family, the Rastafari. The Native Americans, peace to the Black Nationalists and Moors, and the original family covering 196,940,000 square miles of the planet that we affectionately call Earth. This is the show where minds produce minds that produce minds that produce great minds, because we are mind matter, and we are souls in search of souls that are like mine, like mine. I gotta ask somebody to test me, not to call. But anyway, this show and every show is dedicated to all those that are dedicated, and given to us by our good brother, Dr. Reverend Bill Valentine. Sister Amy Darby says, and we quote, she said, stand on your own 2 feet and fight like hell for your place in this world. All right, and as we stand on the verge of getting it on to bring about a revolution, a mind revolution, that is. Revolution is complete, constructive, conscious, cosmic change. We want to bring about a mind revolution because minds matter. You can be whatever you want to be in this world's life on your way to becoming gods and goddesses, having a human experience called you. Let's talk to us by Professor James Hall. All right. It's ZaZa, but she was basically going into this idea, coming behind that with Dr. The Honorable Minister, Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that to find God, we must look within. Heaven and hell is a state of mind, and we build mind. To hurl truth at falsehood, destroying and rebuild. Once again, this is Enemy Minds Radio. On the Minds Matter Blog Talk Radio Network, where matters of the mind matter. Our aim and our mission is to raise the vibrational pitch of our thinking into the minds of the Creator, as taught to us by Tanetta Muhammad, and also raise the consciousness level of the human family and replace racism and white supremacy with justice so that we can live in peace on this planet that we affectionately call Earth. The call-in number is 347-633-9644. Once again, it's 347-633-9644. We want to know what's on your mind. All right, so as we dive into this particular subject, we want you to definitely participate and lend that wisdom that you have and bring it to this particular subject matter. So let me pull up flyers, chat. So we're going to deal with the whole concept of the warping from the me generation to the I generation. Coming out of that me, I. We've seen a shift into how the society was moving individuals. Especially, I've seen it where I was standing and sitting in the music industry, and I've seen groups and record companies pick, individuals to become solo artists, and even individuals wanting to be solo artists. And I've seen that trend happen in the music industry, especially hip hop. And I'm starting to see that trend in the family. I'm starting to see that trend just in society. Everyone wants to be an island. Everyone wants to be individual. And to a degree, I guess there's nothing wrong with that as long as we join those particular units that sharpen us and make us well-rounded people in society. So with that said, we want to call on the spirit of our ancestors to be among us, and we do that by saying Ashe. We call on the spirit of the ancestors because we stand on their shoulders, and we want to take their spirit, wrap our spirit into their spirit, and become the ancestors and call on their name. So in the spirit of all those prophetess, messengers, and guides who came to us in the person of great women, to all those unknown soldiers that have fought, bled, and died for the freedom, liberation struggle of our people, we say Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. If you'd like to contact us, you can contact me, Professor Griff. Just tweet me at RealProfGriff. My email address is ProfessorGriffPE@gmail.com. If you're playing Armchair Revolutionary and too lazy to activate your social media skills, just pick up the phone, give me a call, 678-557-2919, or just text me. Now, brothers and sisters, when y'all text, can y'all not text like a book, a dissertation? Just do a simple 2 lines. I'll get it and I'll respond. All right, so if you want to hit ZaZa up, yes, you gotta wait on that Facebook thing, but you can email ZaZa, and you can contact us on Facebook at Enemy Minds Radio. Our Twitter handle is Enemy Minds Radio also, and YouTube channel is Enemy Minds TV. You can send ZaZa a message at Minds Matter, BTRS@gmail.com. Brothers, thank y'all very much. I heard about some of the flowers and the candy and the gifts, and just to let y'all know, I don't mind. That's my partner in the struggle. Some of y'all be feeling some other stuff that we have to delete, but that's another story at another time. But anyway, I want to shout out Kanita Lindsay, Shakir, the General, Jamal on the graphics, making it happen, Minister Paul Scott on the info, my man Society from Society Production, Khalid El Hakeem, Black Didot, King Simon. I talked to Simon a few minutes ago. We're about to make this thing happen next weekend in Brooklyn. Professor Griff, King Simon putting it in. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But my man Darren Muhammad from State of the City. Siddiqui Bakari checking in all the way from L.A. My man Smooth Matty Matt. My man Jay Wu making it happen. Of course, my man Sean Carter calling in all the way from boring-ass Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland ain't going to be that boring because me and Zaza are going to make our way there, try to make some things happen, hook up with the good people there in Cleveland. So we need to make Cleveland pop, man, because every time I go to Cleveland, it's 9 inches worth of snow, more than that, 20 inches worth of snow, and some other stuff going on. So we want to talk about this generation. We want to talk about iPhones, iPads, iCondoms, iChat, iMessage, and all this madness. So the question is, do we control technology or does technology control us? The call-in number is 347-633-9644. We want to hear what you have to say about this very, 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 very timely subject. All right? So brothers and sisters, I don't know, pull some information together. Call your homeboy in and let's talk about this subject simply because I'm sure at least at 40, 50 people and the 200 or 300 that's in the chat room and some other people listening, I'm sure someone y'all know purchased an iPad, iPhone, you've seen iRobot, or some people just, I don't give a damn. But anyway, the iChat, the iMessage, why is it so personal? Why is it so solo? What happened to groupthink? What happened to the collective? All right? What happened to some of these things? So let's dive into this particular subject, and I want your participation. Call the number, once again, 347-633-9644. Once again, Zaza Ali will not be joining us, and I'm going to miss her like y'all going to miss her, so, because I'm used to seeing her right across the desk right here, and, she might throw something at me or whatever. I got to get in my Wing Chun Ip Man stance and, check that. But anyway, Zaza Ali, just do your thing, and I will see you. Well, I guess I will hear from you on Tuesday. All right, let's dive into this. I'm going to see y'all on the flip side of my man, Immortal Technique. All right.
Once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the project, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never brought respect. He built a reputation because he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He feeded for props like addicts with pipes and needles, and so he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally, dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil smoke until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed. Everyone trying to be tripe never faced the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So Billy started robbing niggas, anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers to crack rock. Working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine. Fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes. Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or or making money with made men. Up in the sights, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45. Everyone trying to be tripe, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be God's angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. They drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on her way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her, walking through the projects. The darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving. Blood leaking through the cloth, she cried silently. And then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head.
I'm falling and I can't turn back. I'm falling and I can't turn back.
Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers, cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared. But only the devil responded cause God wasn't there, and right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold. And so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to Little Thug's flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow, and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
Okay, no. Can you hear me now? Am I up and on now? Am I? Okay, no more silence. Am I up and on now? Somebody send me a message. Am I up and on now? Call myself trying to reboot and refresh the page, and logged on to somebody else's internet network. But anyway, that song, Immortal Technique, that particular song and how he laid that story out is very, very, very critical, simply because in 2008, I did an interview with Alderman Mike McGee Jr., along with Black Dot. In my book, Analytics, 20 years of conversations and interviews with Public Enemy's Minister of Information. Inside the book, the chapter called The Red Pill, which is the 12th chapter of the book, me and Black Dot go in and we talk about frequencies and vibrations, especially negative frequencies and vibrations that affect people. So when Immortal Technique tells a story like that, will that particular story resonate with some of us? When I mean resonate with some of us, he has to tell that story in a studio. That frequency and vibration he puts into the song, that energy, that passion he puts into the song. We have to hear it through these digital mediums, i.e. cell phone, computers, iPods, iPads. The question becomes, is it distorted? Does it take away from what the actual MC or the singer is trying to get across on a vibrational level? Are we affected by it, having it coming through those mediums? Does it sound the same? Does it feel the same? Would that have been better recorded on a 2-inch thick tape in the studio to give it a warm sound, pressed to a black melanated wax so that we can hear it? Or do we got to go back to our grandmama days and put it on an 8-track so we can hear it? All right, so y'all tell me, because I'm not part of the I generation. Well, let me take that back. I am. I have an iPad, iPod, iPhone. I don't use iCondoms. I don't drink iSoda and iWeed and none of that stuff. I'm just saying, this generation now, coming from the me, I, everything is bigger, everything is supersized. The meals are supersized, the malls are supersized, cars, everything. Rims, everything is supersized. Even so much so women's butts are supersized now. So we're in the I generation. All right, so the song that you just heard from Immortal Technique, that vibration, that spirit, that passion coming through these mediums, will we be affected? Do we control technology or does technology control us? This is the question that we want to tackle tonight on NMEMINDZ Radio with Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. If you're just tuning in, ZaZa Ali will not be joining us, taking care of some serious business on the West Coast, and like all of us desperately need that time off. But I'm letting her know if she's listening. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send her a message right now. You only got about 3 more sick days, for real. So anyway, all right, we're gonna dive into this particular subject. I want to hear from you and what you have to say about this thing as we also dive in to Olivia and Kurt Bruner's PlayStation Nation. Protect your child from video game addiction. Are you addicted to video games? Are you addicted to your cell phone? Can you just like not put it down? Is your face and your nose always in your phone? Over the last month, I got bumped into from about 3 or 4 people. It happened to me today at the farmer's market. I'm buying fruit, squeezing tomatoes and oranges, and people on their cell phones pushing carts, running into you because they cannot put the cell phone down. All right, they cannot put the cell phone down. So it was a beautiful story by Immortal Technique. So let's dive into this. Are we happier? Are we smarter? They got smartphones for dumb people. Are we smarter than the phone? Does the phone tell us what to do, or do we tell the phone what to do? How does that work? All right. So I think we need to kind of tackle this particular subject and go into it not head first. All right. We need to go into it left foot forward, trampling evil, so we can tackle this. All right. So I'm going to open up the phone lines rather early as we bounce back and forth from subject matter to callers, and let's do this. Caller from the 843 area code. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's good?
Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing?
Trying to be like you. What's happening?
Everything's good. Yeah, I figured that, they keep you saying to keep you distracted. Once you have distraction, you break up the family structure, because, we used to get together and eat every day, but now you let people go off in their own little world. So there's no checks and balance on the family structure. So once you break up the family structure, there's no unity. It's all a plot. There's all a plan. They did it. It's working. The project.
Oh, okay. So, anyone in your family affected by this technology to the point where they've that it's creating cognitive dissonance. It's creating a disconnect. Sometimes when I talk to people that's been on the computer too long, they disconnected. It seems like they got to physically unplug.
Yeah, you got to beg them to come and eat collectively as a family. You know, in the olden days, they had the fireplace, so the whole family would stay together all the time. And you know when your kids were straying away, getting into ungodly-like conduct, you know. Right. It's all to keep us broken apart, to break the family apart. They took the man away, now they're taking the mother from the child. The family don't eat together.
Oh, okay.
You know they fight together.
But I mean, sometimes I go out to dinner, I go to places, I travel, I see people eating together, but they're on their phones.
Yeah.
So what do we say about that?
Teach your own. You got to teach your own. You got to take care of your household. You got to try to get your household. Then you go out to maybe your mosque, temple, church, synagogue, friends, family. But you got to start at home, though.
Oh, okay, cool. I really appreciate your call and your perspective, good brother.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, peace. All right, the I generation. Do we control technology or does technology control us? All right, caller from the 205 area. What's good? Peace, what's up?
Peace, man. Basically, you know, man, I just want to read this quote from Zbigniew Brzezinski's book, The 22 Ages, and the quote goes, the technotronic era involves the gradual appearance of a more controlled society. Yeah. Such a society will be dominated by an elite, unrestrained by traditional values. Soon it will be possible to exert almost continuous surveillance over every citizen and maintain up-to-date complete files containing even the most personal information about the citizen. These files will be subject to instantaneous retrieval by authorities. So basically I asked, what is the purpose of iPhone, Facebook, and all that? And the real purpose seems to be a database pretty much where you can put all your feelings and emotions on there, and then basically the government can now use this in criminal cases against you. So I just advise people not to post your personal information on there. Right. I mean, has that happened to somebody in your family? Nah, but it's like, you know, like for me personally, I never owned an iPhone, but when my girlfriend upgraded, it's like she gave me her iPhone 4, so, you know, I got it, I started using it, and I was like, dang, this is like taking over me, you know, like, you know, I'm on it all day, you know, I got the apps on it, so now it's like, you know, to me personally, texting is the most inhumane form of communication, like, because it's just cold, man. Right. You know, it's just cold, man, you know, and now it's to the point where, like, you know, we would have, like, arguments over text, and I'd be like, man, pick up the phone and call me, man, stop texting me that, you know.
So other than texting, how is it that we communicate with one another?
Well, I mean, communication as far as what, Facebook and Twitter?
I mean, like I just told the other gentleman, I'm at dinner, I look at the other table at a family, there's 6 people at the table eating, 4 are on their phones.
Yeah, how does that work? Crazy. Well, that has happened to me.
Wait, bro. I was at the movie theater, man, and the people in front of us was on the phone, bro. Like, texting, like, you know, seriously. And you can't say anything, because if you do, you might get into a scrap. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Griff, man, that's crazy because, you know, in, like, more, like, Eastern cultures, like in the East, like, you know, basically, you know, it seems disrespectful to pull out your phone like that, at the table while you breaking bread, you know. But now it seems like people are so in tune with it till it's pushing our norms out the way, Griff.
Right,
you know, all of our social norms we used to have.
Right. We're losing that human touch. But I really appreciate you, good brother, for calling in.
Okay, all right.
All right, peace, good brother, peace. All right, we're going to go black to the 803 area code. 803, what's good? It's Professor Griff ZaZa on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's up?
Peace, Griff. Peace to the sister that's not in the house tonight.
Yo, but you're sounding very muffled. You have to be clearer.
Okay. Well, can you hear me now?
You sound like you under the cover, man.
It's cold out here in South Carolina.
Oh, I hear you, bro. So what's going on?
Oh, not much. I just wanted to comment on the topic, but first and foremost, I want to give y'all a shout out. I appreciate what y'all do every Tuesday, Thursday, the radio show. If y'all still doing that, I haven't been on in a while. I've been following you since probably about a year now, since last March.
But I don't mean to cut you off, but I can barely hear you. You're not coming in clear at all. So I know they can't hear you if I can't hear you.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, that's a lot better. We were talking about iPhones and iPads. What do you got, like a G phone?
I'm thinking this Galaxy 3 now. It's like right in my face. But yeah, getting on the topic, yes, definitely a new AI generation technology is taking over. Some of us who, I guess, quote unquote, are a little more conscious, I think we definitely try to utilize the technology in a positive way as best we can. We are aware that, most of our communication is being recorded, is being, whether they're able to turn the microphone on, turn the camera on.
All right, brother, do me a favor, brother. Hang up and call back in, all right, because I can barely hear you. It's really distorted. All right, that brother's going to call back in, but from what I heard, makes absolutely good sense. And my texter from the 917 area code, he's making some very critical points. The whole idea of the family structure, the patriarchs and the matriarchs have to set rules and boundaries. And I think we should set that in motion, man. No cell phones while we're eating. Plain and simple. No cell phone in the room while you're praying and meditating. That's disrespectful. All right? And that's very real. So the caller from the 917 area code, thanks very much. I really appreciate that information, man. And it's very critical that we kind of put these things back in place to connect with one another. The whole idea of sitting at the family table and asking, your son or your daughter or your wife, girlfriend, whomever, how was your day? You want a real response. You want to be able to dialogue, not scrolling through your phone while the person is talking. It's disrespectful. Caller, the 704 area code. We are talking about the I generation, iPhones, iPads, iChat, iMessage. We want to know if technology controls us or do we control it?
What's up, Griff?
Peace. What's good, man? How you feeling, man? You all right?
Yeah,
Trey?
I'm all right. I see you by yourself. I said, Griff might have to snap on somebody tonight.
Nah.
ZaZa definitely is the balance, man. But nah, my brother had said that to me before I started the show. And I said, I was on the air, months before ZaZa came on?
Yeah, I
was on the air for a minute before ZaZa came on, yeah. So I'm happy to have her. I think the show has improved. I think the balance, I think we serve one another well in reference to the balance, the ma'at, the truth, balance, justice, reciprocity, and order. And the sister brings a whole different dynamic to the conversation and brings a different kind of energy and a balance. Because if it was just Professor Griff's show, man, I'd probably cursing up a storm on this thing. But no, I'm happy to have her. But guess what? I'm happy to have the audience that we have. You understand what I'm saying? The people that call in, the people that listen. So what's going on?
I think electronics in general, the eye age really runs everything. Like you said, people can't eat without being on their phone. You can't have a conversation without somebody texting or looking at the status of today's Facebook, and it runs everything. They teaching your kids with electronics, so
right.
So, I mean, it's just that's what they're doing. That's what the whole iRobot was about. That we were going into that Jetsons age. So.
That's interesting because if you go back and you look at the cartoons, the Jetsons, things that they were doing in the Jetsons way back then, what was that, 20 years ago?
Yeah, 1980.
Right, 20-some-odd years ago. They're doing now in real life. The Jetsons were flying around and moving around on these little motor scooters, and police are on those now. Flip phones, robots.
I never thought about that. You right. They is on them scooters.
Right.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
Microwaves the Jetsons was using to make food, the whole bit. So we can go back and look at those cartoons and look at those different things. We can say, wow, somebody is controlling this thing and looked forward to see what this time would be like. But I really appreciate you, Mr. John Trey, sir.
Yes, sir, and have a good evening, man.
All right, cool, man. I'm kind of trying to make it through this thing without Miss ZaZa, but we're going to make it happen. All right, peace, good brother.
Peace.
All right, that was my man John Trey from North Click, Charlotte, North Carolina. Caller from the 412 area code. What's popping? What's good?
What's up, Griff?
How you feel, man? You all right?
Oh, I'm good, Griff. I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, well, since you brought this eye thing up, I'm glad you did, because I was just telling somebody about something like this. Remember when the other day when Obama made that speech and he said he don't have to campaign no more because he said, I won 2 terms, and he got over 1 million tweets? Mm-hmm. To me, that's an iMessage. Because if people catch on to that slogan, because to me that was the only thing people caught on in that speech he made, is when he said that. To me, that's an iMessage. And if people catch on to that, they're going to, like you said, they're going to start saying, I. And that I is already splitting up the family, like you said, because I see it. My son, I had, for real, Griff, this is no lie, I had to destroy his cell phone. His mother called the police on me.
I don't think I'd be doing that. Them cell phones are too damn expensive, man.
I destroyed it, honestly. And she called the police on me. They came to the crib, told me I had to pay a fine. Paid my little fine. No lie.
I wouldn't have necessarily called the police on you. I'd probably called your bank, see how much money you got in the bank to buy me another one. Phones are too expensive, man, for you to be breaking phones, bro.
But
I'm just saying, as a dad, I wouldn't. I'm just saying.
Griff, it was annoying to me because he's in college now. He's a good kid, but it was annoying because every time I said, like you said, you have the dinner table, you got 4 or 5 people on the damn cell phone. That's annoying to me. Hold on, let me say a couple more things, Griff. And another thing, I was at a date with a woman. Her ex kept calling her. She went in the bathroom with her phone. Man, I left her.
Oh my God.
Don't lie, Griff. Because them phones are destroying the minds of people, man.
Wait, let me get this right. Hold on, let me get this right. You took a sister out to dinner. Y'all at dinner when her ex was calling, right? Yep. So she went to the bathroom to talk on the phone and you left.
I left because it was like 5 times. And that time right there, I left. She calling me. I didn't even answer the phone. I went to the crib. I don't have time for that, Griff. For real, them phones are destroying the minds of people. And just like you said about the cartoons, because I love the cartoons.
Right.
All them cartoons, Batman, Birdman, Hercules, the Jetsons, all they had was computerized stuff, mobile talk things and all that you see today. So, like you said, somebody control them. They already knew what was going to go on in the 20th century, 21st century.
Right.
But that I message from Obama when he said I won, a lot of people going to pick up on that, and they going to start saying I.
Let's see what I think they put that among us some time ago, and that was launched by Apple. This whole I thing. It's kind of really caught on, and now we've become a self-centered, egotistical, pompous, jackass society that it's all about the individual, and it's definitely not. But I really appreciate your call, good brother.
Hey, man, Griff, I love you, man. All the way, man. I'm really bad. But, hey, keep listening, man, and I'll tune in next Tuesday, too.
All right, cool. Peace. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to need y'all to go to NMEMINDZ Radio on Facebook and leave ZaZa a message. Or just send her an email. She'll get it. Matter of fact, I won't get it. She will get it at mindsmatterbtrs@gmail.com. That's Minds, M-I-N-D-Z, Matters, M-A-T-T-E-R-B-T-R-S. That's Blog Talk Radio Show. All right, at gmail.com. Send her a message or leave her a message on the Facebook page or tweet us at NMEMINDZ Radio or leave her a message on Facebook at NMEMINDZ Radio. All right? All right, cool. So the whole idea of someone sent me a message, I believe it's Brother Nasir, He said, this is a very self-centered, I, not us generation. I work for the Board of Education in New Jersey. The high school in my district have 2,400 students walking in the halls with Beats by Dre, headphones, and hindering themselves from receiving any set of instructions and running into the halls, running into each other, texting. This is very critical. I see this not only in the schools, but I see this in the street. This is how the young lady from the group Black that Left Eye started. This is how she passed away. She got hit and knocked 50 feet, all right, walking across a 4-lane highway on her phone, texting. It is not that serious, people. It's not that serious. Caller from the 813 area code. 813 caller. What's good? It's Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's up?
Hey, Griff, how you doing?
I'm maintaining, trying to be like you.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm from the Bahamas, actually. And, you know, with the message, one thing, and I don't want to say give kudos to, but one thing I recognize about, you know, the white race is that they seem to be adept at not only mastering technology, but using it to control people. And one thing, as black people, I think we have a problem with all over the world, and this is in the U.S. and Caribbean, all over the places, that when technology comes to us, we equate it with our worth. And we seem to be one of the only groups of people that really do that. So you will see someone driving a car, it's all busted up, you know, probably doesn't even work properly, but they got an iPhone 6, right? Or, you know, or an iMac or something like that. And half of the features on it they don't even use. But they need to have it because it gives them that status and it gives them that you know, that feeling, that not adrenaline, but that dopamine rush, that they own something expensive that they equate their worth to. You know what I'm saying? And what we don't understand is that what they're putting in a lot of technology is, and like you talk about the, you know, these acoustic waves that they use to control your brain and everything. Everything that you look at, the sequence of colors, the noises, the sound bites, and all of the video games and Flappy Birds and Candy Crush and all this other stuff, that affects your mind in a certain way. So you have people who sit on their games and doing these things, and a whole hour will go by, and they're in this trance. They don't even realize, wow, I just finished spending a whole hour mindlessly doing something. And then they just, you know, and dissatisfied with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But, you know, I see a lot of people zoning out, though. You know, they zone out.
Right. Exactly. Especially, and like you said, the scary thing, you see people, I mean, I've driven on the highway, 70, 75, 80 miles an hour, and I can see people, their heads not even, like, straight anymore. Like, that's one thing I know, people got neck problems now because their head's always down, in the down position. When they're looking around, they don't even pay attention to the road. They're not paying attention to anything, you know. And it's a serious thing out here, man.
It's spinal.
Serious thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good brother. I really appreciate it.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, peace. Caller from the 714 area code. Caller from the 714. It's Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's good?
Assalamu alaikum, Professor Griff.
Wa alaikum salam. How you feel?
I'm good. I just want to talk about and respond to even the last caller's comments and let people know there is also a good side to electronics. You have to keep in mind we are learning faster than a lot of generations. We are sponging up information constantly left and right. You do have kids playing video games, the shoot 'em up video games, you know, and I feel like that's training. That's training right there. But then there's another side taking up the truth, taking up information, taking up history, taking up art and music, which is free now. It is not exclusive to people that can only pay for it. All music is free, and that's the way it should be. The new generation does have advantages as well. It can be used to manipulate. It can be used to just kind of like put you in a trance. But I could be in a trance listening to Barashango on the internet.
So what about social skills? What about
social skills? I think there is a problem. I think when people feel weird in public, they just go to their phone and just start looking in their phone and just obviously don't know how to communicate with one another.
Well, we're not. I don't think the caller was saying that technology is bad. These things are necessarily put they're in society, and we could use them for good or for evil. We're on technology right now. I'm surrounded by a screen. I'm surrounded by a computer. I have 2 cell phones. I have headphones on. I have a mixer in front of me. So I have a television in front of me. So I have my iPod here. So I'm surrounded. Of course, I have some crystals to protect myself from all that radiation. But we're surrounded by it. And without technology, without technology, how else would we even do this show? So, of course, it's good, but the effects of what I'm seeing in young people is not good. Young people are fatter. You ever noticed that?
Oh, definitely. Our portion sizes are bigger, too.
When you say the portion size, do you mean the phones are getting bigger or people are getting bigger?
I mean, the food servings are bigger. The way they try to feed people is just insane.
Right. What happened to basic stuff that kids used to get in school? I mean, science projects and science kits, and I had marbles and yo-yos and action figures, and we made rockets. We did puzzles and all this other arts and crafts sets and all kinds of face painting and all kind of stuff. Now, everything is on the computer, and it seems, I swear, and I drove by this one dude, he was on the phone. His phone is like a television screen. These screens are getting bigger and bigger and sharper. So does this speak to the fact that technology controls us, or do we control it?
I think we can control it when we utilize it as a tool to learn, to experience, to get everything we wouldn't normally get, to speak to people all over the world, to share that knowledge and information. I think when we use it as a tool, and we're learning and we're changing, and even with history, which is all self-discovery anyways, it can be a beautiful thing.
Right. You're absolutely correct. All right, I really appreciate your perspective, and I really appreciate your call, all right?
All right, assalamu alaikum, Professor Griff.
All right, wa alaikum salam, sir. All right, caller from the 917 from New York. Caller from the 917 area code. Peace, Professor Griff ZaZa Ali. On NMEMINDZ.
Hey, Brother Griff.
What's up?
Hey, Brother Griff, how you doing, brother? I actually calling from the South Bronx, actually. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, you act like the South Bronx is not New York.
Brother, brother, moving the boogie down, man.
State.
I'm in the backyard, man. The old era, man. You know what I'm saying? Out here in the boogie down. I just want to ask you a question, brother. My family came from the generation of the young lords, man, from the Puerto Ricans era. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you a question. What is your message for this generation, man? As a Latino growing up in the hood up here in the boogie down, what's going to be coming down the road for this generation, man? Break it down to me, brother. Even though I come from that Public Enemy era, Kumo Dean, Rakim era, brother,
Okay. That question is rather broad. What's my message for this generation? That's really broad. I think the mere fact that me and ZaZa tackle the subjects that we tackle every single week, twice a week, 3 times a week, once with Rich on Wednesday, which the YouTube clip should be up right now. Black Magic 363. Go to the YouTube channel, check out what we did last night with Brother Rich. But this generation, that subject is too broad. What we do every single Tuesday and Thursday, and ZaZa, what she's writing in her book, and the other things that we're doing as far as the lectures and the other things that some of y'all can't see that we do, that's what it's about. That message to raise that generation up that's coming behind us. We're not trying to establish and get see how many followers we can get. We don't want any followers. As a matter of fact, we're teaching people to lead themselves, and this is the basis of the work that we're doing. We don't claim to be anyone's leader. We don't want anyone following us. I don't even know what to do if you followed me. You understand what I'm saying? What we're trying to do is get people to recognize the God self, and you lead yourself. I really appreciate the question from the brother from the South Bronx, but it's kind of vague. We want to kind of narrow those kind of questions down, because what advice would you give to this generation? I wrote 4 books and done hundreds and hundreds, just of shows. online, offline interviews, public enemy shows, all kind of stuff. So that message is out there. It's in 5 books of mine. So that information is out there. We got to narrow some of these things down to get them to understand, to put down the phone for a minute and let's reconnect not only with the self, all right, but with the very same people we call our homeboys that we hang out with. Seen a group of brothers walking, man, and this was a funny thing. Brothers was walking, and everybody was on the phone. But I think a couple of them were talking to one another, texting one another on the phone while they were walking with one another. Crazy. There were some brothers I seen that drove by on the highway and broke down in a car. Everybody was on the phone. Nobody was fixing the flat, but everybody was on the phone. That's kind of critical. Caller from the 415 area code. Peace. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's up?
Hey, Professor Griff. This is Raven. How you doing?
All right.
I'm doing well. We're just talking about like how you're saying like is technology taking over us, or are we, controlling technology? And I was just thinking about I think it was like 2009 when they like told everybody that they had to get these HD TVs, and how your regular box TV wasn't going to work anymore, and like even now when I was listening to the young gentleman talking about he pointed out black people, but I really think it's really all people trying to keep up with the latest and greatest technology. And I think part of the reason for that is that, like I was explaining on the chat here, was that like when I had my BlackBerry, I was trying to keep my BlackBerry forever. I wasn't concerned with keeping up with what everybody else was doing because I liked what I paid for it. I liked the company. They wasn't going to raise it. It wasn't all these kind of crazy prices, but the phone stopped working. So I was forced.
The BlackBerry out.
Yeah, I was forced to get, even with that company, they just weren't getting the new BlackBerry. So I was forced to go with an actual different company just to get another phone to continue to be able to communicate. So I think that, a lot of the problem is that these, they put a new system in, and once they, put a new system or network or whatever you call it, the old one's not going to work. So it kind of forces you to kind of keep buying these new phones, which really sucks because I'm very, frugal, if you will. I try to keep everything for as long as I can so the wheels fall off of it.
Right.
Because I like to save money. But, I just think that, it's really, kind of forcing us to have to get these, new phones and new TVs and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm at that stage right now. My phone is acting up, and I know that's the company letting me know I need a new phone. But I'm look, the BlackBerry was fine. I could have rolled with that. But I got the new BlackBerry and it didn't work at all.
I miss pagers. I really wish they could go back to pagers and go to the telephone booth where...
That's a stretch right there.
Well, I know it's a stretch, but I mean, I'm just saying it was like no one was keeping up with me everywhere I went. Like if you leave a message at home, I have to wait till I get home to call you, or you have to wait till I get home for me to get back. I don't know. I kind of like my, I guess privacy. I don't know, but.
You control technology then. We really appreciate your perspective. All right, Raven?
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Very interesting. She said she liked her BlackBerry. All right, caller. Caller from the 562 area code. Caller from the 562 area code. Caller from the 405. Sit tight for a second. 562. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. What's good?
Hey, Professor Griff.
Greetings. How are you?
How are you today?
All right.
I just wanted... Hello?
I said, what's going on?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
What is going on?
Hello. Can you hear me, Professor Griff?
Okay, we're going to get right back to her. Caller from the 405 area code. This is Professor Griff. What's good?
Yes. Hello, this is Anthony Ty. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say that I met a woman yesterday, and I was riding the bus, and she was telling me, she was just speaking in general, and we got into this deep conversation. However, she stopped me. She said, wait a minute, sister. She said, I just want to let you know that I'm chipped, because we started talking about some deep I'm very assertive, and I just speak freely, but we started talking about some deep things, and she was like, I just want to let you know that I'm chipped, and they can hear everything that I'm saying. Wow. And I said, oh, what do you mean? And she went into it, and I said, well, I appreciate you saying that. However, she said she went in for a surgery for a brain aneurysm, and they ended up putting a chip inside of her through her growing. And so I just want to let everybody know, these hospitals are they're corrupt, these doctors. Just be very careful if you're getting any surgery or going under anesthesia. It's crazy. And she said that they could basically kill me anytime they want.
Right.
Would you say with that chip inside of her, would you say that that's true? Is there some type of switch that could just end her life like that?
Yes, but, I want to bring some clarity for the people that are listening, because they may not know. When you just say chipped, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. So do you mean that she had the RFID chip in her, the implantable viral microchip? When she says she was chipped, the same chip that Timothy McVeigh had in him?
Professor Griff, she did not specify. However, her uncle told her, he works for the police department. He said that, yes, you are being recorded, and they can watch and see everything that you're doing. That's pretty much all she said.
Let's put it out to the people. What chip do you think they put in this woman? I say it might be the RFID chip. Someone go on the computer right now, Google the RFID chip, so we can figure out what chip that this woman has in her, where it has a microphone, it can control her, it has data on it, has your medical records, your financial records, your history, family members, pictures, whatever. And then where do they put this chip in her? Head, forehand, butt,
in her growing.
Growing it? Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's really, really, really crazy.
Right, and she had a brain aneurysm. They ended up, while she was under that medication, putting it up there. So,
as a matter of fact, I'm going to write that down and pass that on to Zaza to see whether or not we can do a show on the chip. We have to figure out, why are people getting chipped? Who's getting chipped? What kind of chips are they getting? So we need to dive into that particular thing. But I really appreciate you. 405, where's that?
Thank you, Professor. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City. Zaza used to live there.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, used to live in Oklahoma City. For real. All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right, peace.
Okay, peace.
All right. It's about the 9 o'clock hour, and as y'all know, we got a break for a series of commercials because we definitely have to pay bills. I'm sure y'all don't mind. And we'll be right back after these messages. Tight. Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali, NMEMINDZ Radio.
110% Clothing is an apparel that caters to the athletic and fitness community. Our goal is to provide top-quality athletic apparel and accessories in this particular market. We sell hats, shoes, and shirts for any athletic or outdoor activity. You can contact us at 110%clothing.com or call 800-216-3623. That's 800-216-3623.
Get your loved one out of jail. Express Bail Bonding Company is located at 236 Forsyth Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. We provide professional and courteous service with getting your loved ones out of jail fast. We are open 24 hours a day and provide service in the surrounding Georgia counties and the United States. Call us at 404-522-3201. Again, that's 404-522-3201. Once again, that's 404-522-3201.
At Eat, Drink, and Be Conscious, we have a world of products choosing organic ingredients first and 100% all-natural superior ingredients second. Eat, Drink, and Be Conscious created 100% all-natural personal skincare line, the home of our aluminum-free 100% all-natural deodorant with bentonite clay, with or without probiotics for adults and children. Our silky smooth, 100% pure shea butter base skin souffle is great for your skin, especially dry skin, all made with fragrances or pure essential oils. All of our products contain no useless carrier oils, no parabens, no animal derivatives, just no-nonsense skin food. It's good for you. We even have 100% all-natural fluoride-free toothpaste that remineralizes your teeth and helps prevent tooth decay. Visit edandbc.com. Order your superior products today. Health is wealth, and you're worth it. edandbc.com.
Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Wear your pride on your chest with Foxy's unique limited edition apparel for men, women, and kids. Check them out at myfoxy.com. That's myfoxy.com. At Foxy, they even have a variety of art, pillows, and more at myfoxy.com. Use coupon code MMBTRS14 and get 10% off your order. Get Foxy. Does your business need a boost? Did you hire Pookie and them to do your logo? At Free Yourself Designs, we can help you and your business stand out with our graphic design services, backed by our 100% custom design guarantee. Call us today, 919-964-FYD1. That's 919-964-3931. Or email us at freeyourselfdesigns@outlook.com. Free yourself and free your mind with Free Yourself Designs.
This is your man, Cut the Check, checking in one time.
Cut the check, man.
Producer, songwriter, artist, whatever you need, I got it. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, check out for my beats on SoundCloud, follow me on Instagram at Cut the Check, KUTTCHECHECK. Get at my Gmail, songsforcut@gmail.com. That's SONGZ4KUTT@gmail.com. Got that heat for y'all. Yeah.
Are you an author, music artist, or entrepreneur? If you have an amazing book, brand, or vision you want to see come to life, contact Uzben, a Brooklyn-born artist specializing in original Afrocentric hip-hop and cultural artwork for books, logos, CD covers, apparel, and more to fit your unique taste. So email artist@uzben.com, ARTIST@UTHZEN.com. Visit online at uzben.com or call Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 646-362-3370. That's 646-362-3370, and make the visual as one of a kind as you are.
Test of emergency alert system capabilities. This test message has been initiated by National
War is being waged against us on all levels. Be dressed, be ready with Warrior Wear t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and hoodies. Come check us out at our website, warriorwearrbg.com. Again, that's warriorwearrbg.com.
Lexus, kinda clean, crease in my jeans. Ready to hit this, when everybody gets with this. Is going down tonight, up in the town tonight. Rolling Vegas up for the and I'm saying Rolex on my wrist because I produce hits. Got some groupies having fits when I'm riding past. Tank full of gas, pocket full of cash. Side shows going down tonight. Made a right on 73rd and purchased some. Bounce back in, crack that hint. I'm worldwide like a fifth of gin, and plus I'm in it to win. I'm checking your chin. AK down 7-7, my cousin Zay, deep in the block and deep east legends. There ain't no need to be stepping, we flow. Got them all rewinding, now they all realizing, low riding high side. Keep it on the real. Then you pound it, Lassie Lounge, trying to get lit. I'm supposed to meet my folks at the club. A cutie, I'm trying to get you sneak the hit.
it was 3 times in the flesh, like sight on my collar. As I took another swallow, told the trip to follow. That's the automatic style, riding hard in hell and forgot that they was fun. It wasn't no getaway, but now at the club, smooth selling with my EV's belly, breaking it all in the dough. Worked up a sweat, she got her hands through my throat. Went to the bar to get some more. Crazy juice for sure. It be hot side when we ride and representing the O. Keep it on the real. High side. Be real with me. I'll be real with you. Yeah. If I just got your mind real. First out the club with a gun. On the celly, evident ready to hit the hot tubs of the telly. Got my group bone. A twisted line blended right. Remy XO in my Lexo at the light 3D. Crazy till I die on my mind. Trick a nickel, book. I need a 20 cents. You know that lime on time. With proper position, a pimp. Living Kenneth Coles with my bankroll. Knee deep in my linen right beside 3 times. Putting it down for the 9-6. Bumping down with my 6 or your sidekick. To ride this West Coast till you cook the best hoe. That you know what's next though. Getting both by the finest. 3 times in my mouth shining. Backstage down there carrying shades. Crushed diamonds. I'm climbing to the top like Pac when I rhyme. Follow my path, forget left fast from behind, cause we're outside. Keep it on the real. I'm high side.
One, two, 1, 2. That's Griff ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ. That's 3 times straight. But it's from the West Coast. Like West Coast. That's really. But what do you say? What's this from New York? Yeah, but I'm not speaking solely from New York. People from New York. People from Oklahoma City, it's called Alabama, and Chitlin Switch, Georgia, Butt Scratch, Louisiana. So I gotta speak to them. So, right, that was 3 times. Crazy. But it's a very interesting subject that we're kind of dealing with here. This whole idea of the I generation, which led to this whole idea of the sister calling in and saying her friend was chipped. That kind of stuff is mind-numbing to me, because I've taught about that 10 years ago, about the implantable biomicrochip. And to actually have someone call and say our friend was chipped, that's critical. So iPads, iChat, iMessage. What is it that they're trying to tell us with these new movies that are coming out? This transhumanism, as Siddiqui Bakari often talks about. This transhumanism where they're morphing machines into humans. How many people out there, by a show of hands, did see iRobot? And what did you think about it? What did you think about the whole idea of morphing machine with humans? And then there's a new movie that's coming out, I believe it's called Chappie, where the robot has a consciousness. What do y'all think about that? Are we moving so much so in technology is so advanced to the point where I guess we just won't need to communicate with one another? I guess in order to do this show, I guess we just kind of turn the chip on and think about what we want to do, and I guess you'll hear us. Where is technology going? Is it benefiting society? Are we becoming smarter, as one of the gentlemen called in and said? Is technology advancing civilization, or is it destroying it? I got a couple of text messages in reference to the whole idea of the Jetsons. They said, yeah, their technology was back then when they made the cartoon The Jetsons. But also, if you look at the Jetsons didn't have any black people. So the Jetsons didn't have any black people, and the technology that they were showing in that particular comic, that cartoon back then, is prevalent today. We're not planning on black people being here to take advantage of the technology. The call-in number is 347-633-9644. We want to hear what you have to say about this very timely subject. We're talking about the I generation, the whole idea of the iPhone, the whole idea of the iChat. I mean, it's going to get so advanced now. Everything is going to be wireless and keyless. I know some people that start their cars while they're still laying in bed in the morning, so by the time they get up to get in the car, it's already warm. Lights come on at a certain time. You can control the lights and the alarms from your cell phone. How should we handle this particular advancement in technology? The average phone now, you got to take a college course in order to operate the average phone. What's going on in society that everything that we do is centered around the computer. There's television, like I said, there's movies and television shows that are coming out now that, as far as the technology is concerned, I'm rather baffled. I thought Terminator was the worst. Matrix and the Terminator, that's the worst it's going to get. But now I'm seeing some stuff with transhumanism and morphing human with human with machine, and this speaks a lot to the music that Rage Against the Machine gave us. It's very critical because we were warned of this particular day that we're living in. We were warned that that this day was coming, that we would have to deal with this advancement in technology to the point where, now look, don't get me wrong, there was a gentleman that called in and says technology is good. All right. Technology is good, but technology can also be used for evil. It depends on how you use it. Some people say, well, we should just ban all guns. Well, it's not the gun that kills people, it's the person that picks up the gun to kill people. So is using a gun to protect you. Fire can be used to destroy or to keep you warm or to build. There's different things that are out there that can work in our behalf and that we benefit from. If some people take these particular things and use them for destructive measures or subversive measures, then that's, we can't blame the flower because someone want to use the flower in a ritual for the occult, black magic, this kind of thing. So we have to understand that. I went over this particular thing in my book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, dealing with symbology. They were taking the signs and symbols of ancient Kemet and using them for subversive purposes in these evil rituals that they use in black and white magic and the Illuminati, Bohemian Grove, Bilderberger Group, Trilateral Commission, some of these secret societies and some of these organizations. You can't turn around and say, that the pyramid is evil. You can't say the pyramid is evil because they use the capstone of the pyramid and put the all-seeing eye in it, and they use it as their logo for the Illuminati. Come on. Let's be real. Or they use it for the CBS symbol. All right, we're going to go back to the phone lines. Caller from the 404 area code. Talk to me. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's good?
Griff, this is Angela. How you doing?
Peace, Angela. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Doing well, thank you. I'm calling because it's crazy. I'm in my 40s, and, I have 3 children, and they have this stuff. They can bring iPads to school, and, and they can have their iPhone. And they have a fit when they can't find their, iPhones and their iPads and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't have all this fancy stuff when I was growing up, and I'm trying to really, the challenge I think I'm having as a parent is trying to find balance to kind of, hey, I have to take the phone away sometimes, and then they get mad when I take it away, because my kids are 13, 12, and 10. So they're at that age where they're constantly on the internet, and they're constantly, messing around with their electronic devices. So I know your children are, I don't know if you have any children my age, but any advice on how to kind of balance that out so that they can, not always be so dependent on these electronic devices. I mean, I think they're good. There's some benefits to it, but I also think that there's some detriment to it as well.
Well, my children are 31, 29.
Oh, goodness.
20,
do you have any grandchildren?
Yes.
Any grandchildren?
I have a 7-year-old granddaughter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah, she just got her
Does she have
first.
electronics? Did you get her any electronics yet, no?
She just communicated with me a month ago. She calls me Black Man. And she said, "Black man, I just got my phone. Here's my phone number. Call me." I'm like, "What? You're 7." So it's one of those limited. Like, she can't do much, but
okay.
She has a phone, so we send each other pictures and kind of talk to one another. You understand what I'm saying? So I told her to make sure she don't give anyone her phone number and that kind of thing. So she's good. But what happens after that, though? It's the cell phone today, and it's a few other things tomorrow. It's the games that she want to play on the iPad. So now she's walking around with an iPad in the backpack, and then the cell phone in her little purse. Then what? This is what I'm concerned about. At 7.
My goodness.
So what were you doing at 7?
Oh, I was playing with dolls, going out. Because, I mean, I was born in 73, so I was going outside playing. We had recess for an hour a day, every day, and then I was playing outside. Well, you know, I'd watch cartoons and stuff, but, I mean, TV wasn't, I mean, they didn't have cartoons on in the afternoon that much besides, like, Tom and Jerry and stuff, but I mean, it's just a whole different ball game that's going on. It is so weird to me, and I have to tell my kid, hey, go outside and play. Like, put the phones down, put the stuff down, get out of the house, and go outside and play. I don't care what you do. I mean, and we have a gym in my apartment complex, and I tell them to go to the gym for like an hour and get on the treadmill and work out. You know, so I'm trying to instill. Hopefully, I'm going in the right direction with this. But having preteens and teenagers are a challenge. I mean, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe they're this old already. So, you know, just having to deal with all of that, and you know, their friends and their texting and the little apps Kick and all that, so I have to monitor that too. So beyond what they watch on TV and what they listen to on the radio, I have to monitor. So it's an extra thing I have to monitor. So it is a challenge for parents these days to have to deal with all that.
So my thing is, I've seen some parents just actually call the cell phone company, have the phone shut down temporarily. You understand what I'm saying? They go to that extreme. But my thing is, we have to monitor these things simply because as parents, it's just the day and age that we live in. We can use it for its benefit. Calling them to check on them, FaceTiming them to see where they are they where they're supposed to be, or they said they are. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So we could use it for its benefits. But the thing that scares me, Angela, is the fact that my 7-year-old, which she has a nickname, BedX, and the reason why I call her that is because her teacher was calling her. Her name is Bella Joy, and the teacher kept saying Better Joy, and I was like, no, that's not correct. So, and then the whole idea of getting an X in the Nation of Islam, Terminator X, Malcolm X. So, don't ask how I came up with BedX. Anyway, the thing that I'm afraid of for her is the fact that the cyber sex. I was typing for some research, and I was trying to figure out why to back up what I put in my book. Why do we have to use the number 2 pencil to take the SAT test? I know it sounds kind of crazy, but this is the kind of research I do. So I'm thinking, well, what about a number 3 pencil? Is there a number 4 pencil? What happened to the number 1 pencil? So I'm putting in pencil, right, and penis came up. And according to algorithms, the way they follow you, penis had followed me for the last month. Because the computer thought I was researching penis instead of pencil. This is what I'm afraid of with these phones. I'm afraid they can turn the microphone on when they want to, the video camera on when they want to, and speak to my granddaughter, or give a set of instructions, or whatever. This is very real. This is what I'm afraid of.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have that same fear, but it's very real.
Oh, yeah, it's scary, and especially because, I mean, I have a daughter. I mean, my daughter's the youngest, and she's 10, the 10-year-old, and she's, you know, a grade ahead and everything and stuff, and, you know, so a lot of her classmates are a little older, and I mean, I know this is a little off topic, but she even had, I mean, these times have changed so much that she even had a gay boy in her class in 4th grade, and I'm like, how does he know he's even gay? I don't even understand it, but I know that's off topic, but just to go to how things are so different now versus where they are, and then with the technology, I mean, it just makes it that much more scarier. I mean, the pedophiles, and
Right,
I'm always
exactly.
looking on
right.
the website, checking the pedophile website to see if there are any pedophiles in my apartment complex and within the radius where my children go to school and stuff. So it's a trip because we've got some sick people out here, and you've got to really watch. And even with other kids, I mean, when my friends, my daughter's friends, and my other children's friends come around, I'm watching everything they do, and I'm trying to keep my ear out to listen to what they're talking about because everything is so fast, But I just want to say, I don't want to keep the line tied up too long, but I just want to say thanks so much for everything that you and Zaza are doing. I think you guys are doing a fabulous job, and I still listen to Public Enemy. I love old school. I can't stand the old hip hop, so. I mean, I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you very much, Angela. You take care.
Okay, peace.
All right, peace. All right. That was Angela from the 404 area code. Caller from the 484 area code. This is Professor Griff and Zaza Ali. And once again, Zaza Ali is not here tonight to balance this conversation out with her strong feminine energy. So I'm going to have to hold it down by myself. All right. So caller from the 484 area code is Professor Griff and Zaza Ali. What's good?
Peace, Griff. How you feeling?
Maintaining. What's good with you?
Ain't nothing, man. But I just want to give my input on the subject tonight. I feel like, it goes both ways, good and bad. Like, I have a 9-year-old daughter, and I got her a cell phone. And the reason I got it is times are completely changed, man. Like, these kids go to school, there's no telling what's going on there. So I said, listen, if anything goes down, you call me. I'm coming to get you. I'm not waiting for no police to give me the okay. I'm coming in there and I'm going to get you, That's why she got her phone, for emergency purposes, you know. And I got her a tablet because she like I said, she's 9, so she's starting to learn different things. And she's very inquisitive. She said, Daddy, how far is the moon away from the earth and things like that. So, when kids, I said, well, go look it up. She was like, well, who was the first black person to do this? I said, go look it up. That's why you have it, So that's the positive part.
But you also have to get her when you got her the phone now, you got her the tablet. Now you got to get her some black tourmaline and some amethyst crystal to wear around her neck, keep in her pocket for that radiation. Because you want your daughter,
yes, sir.
right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we don't want to rip up the reproductive system and this kind of thing. So, yeah, you need to get some crystals.
Oh, yeah, we got a bunch of crystals. We got amethyst. We got tiger's eye, rose quartz, black tourmaline, onyx, moon rock. Well, we're heavily into the crystals, so we definitely into the different energies and stuff like that.
All right, I really appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. You have a good one. Bless.
All right, you too. Peace. All right, caller from the D, from the 313 area code. This is NMEMINDZ Radio with Professor Griff and Zaza Ali. What's good?
What's good, Professor Griff?
How you feel, man? You all right?
I'm all right, yeah. I'm 22, and first I want to know, what was the name of that song you played?
About 3 Times Crazy.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, no, that's the name of the group, 3 Times Crazy.
Oh, okay.
Keep it real. Brothers from Oakland. Zaza's Turf, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was kind of cool. But I was just going to get my input on the subject. Eagle Eye, iRobot, all that. I think that it could, computers could get smart enough to where they could take over, but it starts with us first. I think that everybody got their own agenda. So I don't know. I really just came to get the name of the song, but I listen to you. I listen to Brother Rich
ain't
and everything.
That, man. There's a few.
Yeah, I'm young right now, so I'm trying to read books and everything.
The conversation that we're having is about the I generation, iPhones, iPads, iChat, iMessage. Do we control technology, or does technology control us? Actually, 3 Times Crazy is one of those groups that's in my iPod. Pardon me. Being a person that listened and came up on all kinds of music, I don't shun the music that came from the West Coast, the rappers and the hip-hop heads from Chicago and from Houston, Dallas, and a few other places. I embrace it. I embrace it all, but I do have a filter. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Some songs that we play on here I don't like, but this is a radio station. So People just don't want to hear what Professor Griff like. Old ass damn Temptation songs and all that. So I play
like that
things
too,
that I think that people might want. Of course, I love the Temptations, and you should too. You from Detroit, but I play the things that I think people might vibe with, especially the brothers in Oakland. All right, good brother.
All right, can I ask one more question real quick?
Yes,
when do you think y'all might be coming back to Detroit? Because I've been telling my friends about y'all. You know, they like y'all, and we would really love to meet y'all.
I have the date right in front of me. Detroit, Michigan, April 18th and April 19th. Me and ZaZa will be at Nandi's in Highland Park on Woodward.
Okay.
18th and 19th. Highland Park.
18th and 19th.
On Woodward, right.
All right. Thank you and peace.
All right, cool. Peace. Calling in from the D. Caller from the 904 area code. Peace. This is Professor Griffin, ZaZa Ali on Enemy Minds Radio. What's up?
What's good, Griff?
Peace.
I was actually calling in for the song that you just got through playing. I ain't really on to say much about the technology thing.
Okay.
The good and bad in it. But appreciate it for me and the brother, I guess, from the D had that same frequency when we heard that joint, right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, y'all on the same vibe. That's 3 times crazy. Keep it on the real. All right.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, cool. I don't know what it is about that song, man. Maybe I need to listen to that song a little bit closer to see what the hell they talk about in that song. Everybody's digging that song. Caller from the 410 area code. Peace. This is Professor Griffin, ZaZa Ali on Enemy Minds Radio. What's good?
Hi, Professor Griff.
Peace. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. Peace. Black Power. This is my first time on here. I'm sorry.
How are you?
How you doing? I wanted to just, first of all, I just got out of the hospital from surgery. This Sister Talani, and I wanted to thank y'all. I don't know who sent me a message back, but y'all got back to me and sent me peace and blessings while I was in the hospital. So I just wanted to thank y'all for that.
Yeah, me and ZaZa share this duty and responsibility because we keep our finger on the pulse of our people on a personal, intimate level.
Right, that's how we're supposed to be, and that touched me, So I just wanted to thank you for that. And I tuned in kind of late, but I just wanted to say something about when you were mentioning the movie like iRobot.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that if they can do it in the movies, it's either on its way or they can definitely do it in real life. And just like the car Will Smith was driving, it looks like the Audis that just came out now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, so
right.
It's like moving full steam ahead. But
okay, I'm about to give everyone a homework assignment. I was doing some research and they were saying there's 30 cloned humans among us. Can someone go on the internet right now, find that information, and call in and give us factual information? Now, you have to cross-reference. Don't give me one source. Give me 1 to 3 sources about cloned humans among us. All right? Because what's the difference if your heart failed? They give you a heart, not a real one. Mechanicalized heart. People are getting joints that are mechanicalized joints. You understand what I'm saying? People are being morphed in with machine. So it's very real. Very, very real.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate your call, sis.
Yes, anytime. I appreciate you. Keep up the work, brother. You and Sister ZaZa Ali. And I wish when y'all come back to Baltimore, I will be there.
All right.
I want to build with y'all, and that's real talk. Black power.
All right, Black Power.
Peace.
Caller from the 312 area code. That's the Shy. Peace. What's up? It's Professor Griffin, ZaZa Ali.
Wow. Hey, Griff. This Michelle Harrison. I know this is 312 Shy number. But what?
Kind of loud, but talk to me. What's good?
I'm sorry. Okay. This Michelle. I'm from Phoenix, but I know I got a 312 number. But I just called in, so I missed the show. But what's the topic?
The topic we're dealing with is I generation. We went from the me generation to the I generation. We've seen them supersize food, supersize malls, supersize a whole bunch of other things. We've seen rap artists and artists that were once in groups want to become solo. So everything is I generation, iPhones, iPads, iSex, iCondoms, iChat, iMessage. I don't give a just I. So the question is, do we control technology or does technology control us? That's what we're talking about.
Okay, so let me just give my little 2 cents. I think if you're not conscious, then technology is controlling you. But I think if you have some type of awareness of what's going on, or you're trying to become aware, I think people try to overcome being inside the matrix.
But listen, how does conscious people prevent technology from controlling them? How do conscious people do it? And why aren't conscious people teaching this to people that are not conscious?
Well, for me, myself, by me being conscious, I try to not rely on so many technology things. Right. So I'm just assuming if I'm conscious and the other people that I think that is conscious is trying to do the same thing.
Right.
What I'm trying to do, I try to help everybody out and try to show them, like what you and ZaZa do, show them, give them knowledge. But, I always say I can buy you books, send you to school, but I still can't make you learn nothing. But I will throw it out there for you to catch it, and if you can't catch it, then...
Exactly. Okay, but understand this, sis. If we're talking about this I generation, everything is, the technology is so advanced now. We're living in a very advanced technological society and age. So I just got a message from someone that says cars are parallel parking themselves now.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you say to that? Do conscious people can prevent something that the non-conscious person can't? I don't get it.
I don't think so. Like, I caught the end of the conversation or the show. Excuse me, but no, I don't think that they can prevent that. But you still, I'm assuming you still just have to be aware,
right?
And not so fall into the matrix.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No,
we just can't. Okay, we just cannot stop living our lives because of technology, but also we have to be aware of what's going on.
Right.
So.
Right. No, I understand. I really appreciate your call, sis. We headed to the Shy March 20th, all right?
Really?
Yeah.
And I'll be in the Shy at that time. Good.
Well, stay in touch with me, and I'll let you know where we're going to be. March 20th and 21st, Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. NMEMINDZ Radio in the Shy in Chicago. All right?
Okay. Is ZaZa okay? Is she cool?
Pardon me?
Is ZaZa okay? Is she cool?
ZaZa is in Oakland right now. ZaZa had a death in the family.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because I ain't hear her voice. So
no, she flew out this morning, so she's cool. She hit me up and let me know that she was safe. She's cool, but she had a death in the family. She's handling that. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
All right.
Peace, King. I'll holler.
All right.
All right.
All right. Shout out to Ms. ZaZa Ali. Definitely handling her business there in Oakland, California. All right. Caller from the 832 area code. It's Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's good? 832.
Hey, what's good?
Good. Man, you from Houston?
Well, I'm not from Houston. I'm from Texas. I just have a Houston area code.
You're not from Houston. You're from Texas. What part of Texas?
I'm from Marshall, Texas. It's a small town. I'm pretty sure you probably never heard of it.
No, I've never heard of it, man.
Yeah, it's a small town. I was just calling in. I've been trying to get through for a while, and I'm just really, glad that I finally got a chance to touch bases with you. I listen to you guys pretty much every chance that I get, every Tuesday and Thursday. And ever since I've been tuning in, probably like 4 years ago, just following you, through YouTube videos and stuff, I've really been enlightened and really started to, see a lot of the propaganda and things that go on around, and just to touch in on your question that we're talking about is the I generation, correct? Yeah, and I feel like that technology is definitely embedded in all our lives, to the point that I think it's up to us whether we use it as a tool or it can be used against us. The internet in particular, it allows us to be able to touch millions of people in seconds, and I think if people really realize, what they can do with that, then
right.
Let
me ask
really
you a quick
touch
question.
a lot of people.
Right. Let me ask you something. Can we live without the internet?
Yes, most definitely. We did before.
Okay. So
I grew up. I grew up without the internet. As far as I was born in the '80s, so coming up, no one had internet. Really, no one even had cell phones. So
right.
I think we definitely can.
Oh, okay, right now, if we said for a week everyone's going to put their cell phones down and not use them, you think it could happen?
I think it can happen, but will it happen? I mean, it's going to be a tough task. You're going to have to really have somebody that we believe in and, lay down the groundwork as far as why we're doing it. A lot of people, man.
Oh, so we have to have a reason. Not the fact that there's radiation coming from the phone. Not the fact that we're hooked and people are dying looking at their cell phones while they're walking in traffic, bumping into people and zoning out.
Yeah.
So we're not really talking about the reason. We're saying can people live without their phone for at least a day? One day. Let me tell you something, man.
Right.
No one that I know in my circle right now can remember five phone numbers. I know there's about 8 numbers that I know I have to remember. I have children.
Right.
I got to stay in touch with ZaZa. I know these numbers like up from the dome. You understand what I'm saying? I got them on camera.
Right.
I know people that can't remember phone numbers. Back in the day, you had to.
You had to. I agree.
What I'm saying? But anyway, I got a couple of more callers to get to, but I really appreciate you, man.
All right, please, man.
All right, thanks for calling. All right, all the way from Texas. All right, caller from the 202 area code 202. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. All right, caller from the 202. What's up?
What's going on, Griff?
How you feel, man?
I'm good, man. I finally get to talk to you, man. I've been listening to your show, man.
All right.
I just want to say, man, you right about all this stuff, man. A lot is going on, and I just want to say you right about all this stuff, and I wish I would have knew all this stuff before. So I'm learning.
Yeah, but everything happens in its own time. We have to get it now and pass it on to people. I'm just
but
some of these things. I seen the commercial where the guy parked the car, and the car parked itself. I'm like, okay,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Everything talks to you now. Your phone talks to you. The microwave, the TV talks to you. Your computer talks to you. I don't know. Somebody said on one of those weird channels that the vibrator talks and a whole bunch of other stuff talks. So what kind of society are we living in?
I know me personally, I can't get into all that stuff. It's just not me. It's not me. Try to stay away from that technology stuff. I just got my phone.
Can we live without it though?
Dang, that's a good question, Griff. I mean, guess we got to find another way, man.
Think about all the electronics that we use on a daily and consistent basis. You understand what I'm saying? You get your news from the TV, from the computer, and from your phones.
Well, right now, I ain't even watching CNN, man. I'd rather listen to you than watch CNN and get all that information because I know it's just a bunch of BS.
I hear you. All right, good. You calling in from the DMV area, from DC?
Yeah, I'm DMV, man. I'm over here. And I just want to say one more thing, man. I tell my mother about you. And she said, well, Professor Griff talking about today. I was like, well, he ain't saying too much today, so I'll let you know when he's saying something.
All right.
Yeah, so.
All right, cool. We'll talk, good brother. Tell your mom I said peace.
All right, Griff.
All right. Yeah, do me a favor. Tell your moms I need that can of soda back, man. She just kind of took it and just kind of.
Okay.
Bro, that was a joke.
Hey, man, you got to stay away from the soda. You got to stay away from the soda, too.
Brother was about to take that super serious, man. Caller from the 904 area code. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's good?
What's good? The technology thing is a good and a bad thing.
What's good about it? caller from a 904. What's good about technology?
Hello?
Yes, caller. What is good
Yes,
about?
I was saying basically that it's good and bad in the sense because it give you if you want to look up something, you can go right away and click a little mouse or a search. But I think really truly they condition us from the Project Bluebeam when it come and all us be sterilized and triggered into believing what's going on with that.
Right.
But
Let
also,
me ask you a question. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
What is good about technology?
Well, the good is that, we get a chance to network with people with like minds. We don't have to we can meet on a web forum. We could basically we would network. We could,
So how do you know the person you're talking to on the other end is actually that person?
Yeah, that's what I get to. That's the good and the bad is. You basically gotta count on your consciousness or things, code words. I think people when you talk with people that if they're aged or not by the certain words they out of style term. I had one I think a couple of weeks ago on Facebook. He realized it, but through us, nobody use that word no more. There's somebody out of sudden to say, man, this dude might be a game stock or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of white people and agents working for the Alphabet Boys that are on YouTube and Facebook posing as black people and just doing all kinds of stuff. But I really appreciate your perspective and your call, good brother.
All right, but let me make sure that get out one more thing. I know people talking about we can't. It is another way that we could. It's real old, but we can still do it. Typewrite.
You can do what?
Typewrite. Remember the typewriter that you used to type and you had
Are you saying typewriter?
Yeah, typewriter.
Okay, cool. All right, well, yeah, that's kind of antiquated. But anyway, all right, I really appreciate your call, good brother.
All right.
All right, the brother went back to the typewriter. I thought he was going to go back to Morse code or something, man. Anyway, yeah, that's a perspective, definitely. Brothers and sisters, I need y'all to take out a pen and a piece of paper and write this down. May 23rd, Professor Griff ZaZa Ali at NMEMINDZ Radio presents Dr. Francis Cress Welsing in Atlanta at the Southwest Arts Center. All right, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, author of the book, The ISIS Papers. All right, at the Southwest Arts Center in Atlanta, Georgia, Saturday, May 23rd, 2 o'clock. Also featuring Marimba Ani, author of the book Urugu. All right, and the beautiful Miss ZaZa Ali will be joining these two beautiful elders in a conference at the Southwest Arts Center. We're dealing with the Mother Goddess Principle. All right, we're dealing with the Divine Mother Goddess Principle. All right, ZaZa Ali, Sister Marimba Ani, and the good Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, author of the ISIS Papers. And it's going to be something to behold. We're going to raise the vibration of the feminine energy. All right, so write it down. Now listen, when the tickets go on sale in a couple of weeks, don't say I didn't tell you and they sell out. All right, so, all right. Hosted by yours truly, Mr. Professor Griffin. You know I'm going to keep it moving, and we're starting on time, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to honor Amina Matthews, and we're going to honor Ava Muhammad and Dr. Joy DeGrew. All right? Women that are on the front lines doing big things for our people. All right? So Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, May 23rd. That's Saturday, May 23rd. Marimba Ani and ZaZa Ali. All right? In the meantime, between time, I, Mr. Professor Griff, since we're talking about iPads, iPhones, iChat, iMessage, I will be in Brooklyn at Nicholas, Brooklyn. All right, this Sunday, February 1st. That's 570 Fulton Street near Flatbush Avenue. All right, the phone number, you can call King Simon, 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. 4400. All right. There's another number on here that you can call, 347-496-1022. 347-496-1022. It's a King Simon production. Shout out to King Simon. That's Sunday, February 1st, Professor Griff. Also, I'll be in New York on the 31st, January 31st. Now, that meeting that we're going to have, that lecture is private. But you can call King Simon also to get information for that particular lecture. And we made it private for a reason, brothers and sisters, because the information is not going to be recorded. The information that we're dropping in that particular lecture cannot be recorded. It's very personal. It's the Naga's Manifesto, nigger notes and quotes of a black world revolution. It's private location. It's not going to be announced. Only if you purchase the ticket, we will disclose the location, because there's going to be some things said and done in that particular lecture. It's not for everyone. All right. Listen, the Cypher study group, the online study group, will begin mid-February. People are calling me. All right. I didn't want to start it and then I'm on the road and can't, do what I need to do. All right. So I'm going to start it mid-February, if not the end of February, because of Black History Month. And we're doing a lot of traveling. All right. So Professor Griff in Brooklyn, Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday and Sunday, not this one. I'll be here. All right. February 14th, Professor Smalls will be in Atlanta, Georgia, brought to you by Abaca 6. All right. What is that location? The location, y'all have to hit me up on the location. I'll post it on my Facebook page. As a matter of fact, I already put it on Facebook. Go to Kavan Shah, a.k.a. Professor Griff, on Facebook, and I posted the flyer up already. Matter of fact, let me look at my phone. Let me see if the flyer is in my phone. I revamped this song that everybody seems to like 3 times. Crazy, keeping it real, keeping it on the real. Hold on for a second. Let me find this while you're listening to this song. Hold on. All right. The God Essence, Saturday, February 14th, starts at 2 p.m., featuring lecture by Professor James Smalls. Let me see, it's at Vickers, 838 Cascade Avenue, Southwest. All right. You can call me, Professor Griff, 678-557-2919. All right, we're going to post a flyer up on Facebook. It's probably going to be a YouTube commercial and a few other things. All right, if you need advance tickets, call 323-929-7724. That's 323-929-7724. If you're in Columbus, Georgia, Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali will be in Columbus, Georgia, February 7th. All right, that is brought to you by Falah Worldwide, Mr. Jackie Mohammed. All right, we'll have that information on the next show, which is Tuesday. All right, but for right now, the God Essence. Professor James Small and Professor Griff will be talking about the God Essence. All right, I'm going to dive into that hip-hop thing, and we're going to be talking about the God frequency versus the nigger frequency. All right, Professor James Small is going to be teaching African spirituality, and we're going to be talking about the God Essence, God frequency, the fingerprint of God. All right, so I think that's all the announcements. Columbus, Georgia, I can't wait to get back there because we need to put some things down, and we need to get together in Columbus, Georgia on February 7th. ZaZa Ali and Professor Griff. I'm going to be talking about the control, manipulation, and the engineering of human consciousness. And this conversation that we had today, y'all put some things on my mind, seriously, people that texted and the people that called in. We're going to dive into these cars that drive on their own and all these kind of things that's going on in society, and they're using society to dumb us down. All right, we have to be awake and aware of these things, especially this RFID chip. We're going to get into, and we're going to talk about this transhumanism, and with these movies that are coming out, morphing humans with machines. All right, very, 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 very critical. All right, I'm going to take one or two more callers as we end this one with the absence of my partner who normally sits across the desk from me, Ms. ZaZa Ali. We're going to send her some positive energy and make sure everything is good with her. But, caller, you're on with Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's good?
Hello?
Peace. What's up, man? It's Professor Griff. What's good, man?
Hey, Professor Griff. How you doing? I'm calling from the Bahamas. I don't know if you saw my number, but you usually call the phone numbers out.
No, just a series of ones came up. That's it.
Yeah. I'm calling from my international number. I have. I want to talk about the issue, the thing you said about.
All right, you're running out of time. You have to hurry up, and I got a 510 call up waiting. All right, come on.
I wanted to say, like, technology is good depending on what you use it for. Like, the FCC doesn't let anything come out if the government can't, like, do what they want to do with it or find a way to do their bidding with it. But, like, when we get a hold of it, we got to use it for a good thing. When we get a hold of it, like social media, like just like how I'm listening to your show, I'm not even in front of you right now, and it's technology, so it's basically good for what you use it for.
Exactly.
And I know you run out of time, but I just wanted to know one thing. When are you guys gonna talk about like black people that's going to be missing? Because that seems to be
we talk about that all. We'll talk about that all the time, and we did an entire hour interview with Brother Rich. It's on YouTube. We talked about it.
Okay. I'll go to YouTube and see if I can find it and take a look at it.
All right.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Bye.
All right. Peace, good brother. Ladies and gentlemen, brother and sister, my partner in the struggle, my big sister, Miss ZaZa Ali. Peace. How are you?
I've been better, but I'm maintaining. How you doing?
Oh, I'm concerned about you.
Yeah, it's crazy out here. Peace.
Well, the people calling in are concerned. I'm sure they left you some messages already. They emailed you and left you some messages on Facebook and some other things. But
did you hear Nassim? He just said peace.
Oh, that was Nassim. Peace. Nassim was good, man.
Nothing was good.
Did your mom give you the message I sent?
Nope.
I'm slapping your jump shot out the park, dude. So you better get it right before I see you. For real.
Right.
I got skills.
Yeah, it's just dealing with this. You would think that in our righteous and in our civilized mind that having a loved one pass on, would bond us and unite us and bring something positive in order to celebrate a life. But unfortunately, it seems that some of our people all the nigga comes out of them.
Wow.
During a time like this. And I'm reminded why I left California. I read the article today about his killing, and it really just, it just really hit home. So.
Wow. Well, we here, especially, coming from me, send my condolences and definitely pass that on to the rest of your family. And you have some people here that has been calling in and sending messages that really, truly love you and support you.
Yeah, I know. And I appreciate it, and I'm going to get through it.
Okay. Just be strong. Just be strong, all right?
Yep, I am. But I appreciate all the love. I know I've gotten a few messages. I appreciate y'all. It's hard. He was 36. He was my age. We grew up together. So it's just, it's just that initial sting that I'm dealing with right now. But being with my son is definitely, a good healer for my soul right now. So it's good.
Okay. Give thanks. All right, we're anxiously awaiting your return. And whatever you need on this end, I got your back. So just give me a call, all right?
All right. Cool. I appreciate you. I love you. I love all the listeners. I appreciate y'all for all your support. And I will be back on the air on Tuesday, but I'll still be in Cali. So we'll have the master of ceremonies over here holding it down, doing my job while I'm out here freestyling like you.
Right. Well, I love you too. And definitely our listeners, they support and love you, all right? So tell Nassim I was not playing about this basketball thing. Seriously, man. I'm buying me some new sneakers for the occasion. You understand what I'm saying? I got a Public Enemy wristband, and I'm going in.
All right.
All right, peace, man. Yo, did your mom tell you I checked out Damian Lillard?
Huh?
Did your mom tell you I checked out Damian Lillard?
No.
Oh, dude got skills, man. For real.
I know.
He's nice. It's for real. So hopefully I can meet him one day and show him how tall I am. All right? All right, peace, man. Take care.
All right.
All right, ZaZa, peace. All right, ZaZa is out in Oakland holding it down, and we're going to send some positive energy her way. It's something to lose someone that you're close to, and you know, her cousin Mikey, she often talked about him, and as a matter of fact, the day before that incident happened with him, you know, she was on the phone with him. You understand what I'm saying? It was like to hear, you know, she waking up the next day and to hear that, you know, he's dead. That's something. Death is a part of life, but at 36, some of us get cheated, man. You understand what I'm saying? Seriously. But our positive energy and condolences go out to ZaZa and her family out in Oakland. All right. So brothers and sisters, we got about 2 more minutes before we bring this one to a close. I want to apologize to all of the people that support NMEMINDZ Radio. It was just one of them things that I could not get it together because of what happened with ZaZa and her family. I could not get it together to do this show because I'm so used to sitting across the table. But having to do everything for the show, I mean, ZaZa scheduled it. She did what she could do on the move. But it's something to do this particular show 2 days a week. And I know y'all say, well, you should be used to it. But I am. But, you know, I want to come and present myself because I know I have to speak to you. We can't come raggedy. You understand what I'm saying? So let's keep this thing in mind. Anytime we come before our people, we got to come right. I'm going to see y'all on Tuesday. I'm going to talk with Jamal and a few other people this weekend to see what the subject matter is going to be. I want to dive into that RFID chip and see what's going on and why they're chipping an entire population on Tuesday. Hope y'all don't mind. But anyway, we will talk and we will continue this talk. Let me see if I can leave y'all with 2 quotes, one from me and one for ZaZa. Let me see. Frantz Fanon said each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. I think I want to quote Eric Garner's mom. She said, as long as I have breath in my body, I will fight the fight, and we are definitely with you, sister. All right? Sometimes death does not mark the end of someone's life, ZaZa. Death marks the beginning to give life to someone else. You understand what I'm saying? For us to continue that life. Let's remember the positive things about the brother, and let's push forward. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio, and we're signing out. Revolution is not an event. It's a process, brothers and sisters. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. I'm signing out. Peace.
Alive.